Here's my shout out to all you DIY folks in the house. My heart is DIY as well. I love to do things myself. And these days in this wellness space, we've got so much information. We've got access to all the cool stuff like castor oil packs, adrenal cocktails, foot soaks, lymph massage, rebounding, grounding, fasting, keto, you name it, we've tried
Hello,
it.
welcome.
We
I
all
am
know
so
what Barbara
glad you're
says.
here with me.
The
I want
one
to talk to
thing
you
you
today a
don't
little
get
bit
as a
about
DIYer is
DIY.
access to
I know
professional
you're here
products.
because you're a
Until now,
do-it-yourselfer.
I have designed a really unique DIY system that gives you access to Cellcore Biosciences. You have not really detoxed or done a parasite cleanse until you've experienced Cellcore's 4-month foundation program. And you won't really know the difference until you really know the difference. Go to my website, awakenwellnessllc.com, and find the DIY tab. Let's get you access.
Core DIY thing, right? So let me tell you a little bit more. It is a self-guided coaching program. I'm going to use tools like email and text messages. The text messages come from a bot type system on my website. So in order to take full advantage of this DIY thing, you need to make sure that you have got your system set so you're not, and I'm not ending up in your junk or in your spam. Okay. So we're going to use monthly coaching. We're going to use text message, reminders, and motivators. And then there is also an education vault in my website. So depending on how you want to do this and how deep you want to go, there are a couple of different options in that vault. If you just do like the full moon kit or the access or the samples, then you're just going to be in that first level of the vault. If you do the DIY kit where you get all four phases, that big package, then you're going to have a 4-month access to my vault called the Great Health Reset. Inside that vault is going to be so much education to help you really put this whole thing together to get your journey really in the right destination. It is absolutely going to be up to you to use all of those resources, right? So in just super brief, in the basic 4-month package, month one is going to be all about drainage, is going to be opening your drainage. You're going to start using techniques like lymph massage and getting things open, because when you get into month two, things are going to start really shifting and changing in your body, and you may have some unexpected things go on. In month one, I am going to highly recommend that you change how you are eating. I like this simplified system of avoiding the top 7 inflammatory foods. For me, that just really simplifies things. Like if you want to do keto, if you want to do fasting, any of those things, go for it. Absolutely go for it. If you're in my Great Health Reset vault, I've got information on all of those things. My top experts, people that I've studied with, people that are my go-to, I forward those resources for you to you so you don't have to spend a ton of time digging for them. Okay. In month two, we always going to take month one with us. So month two, you're going to stay avoiding those foods, those top 7 inflammatory foods. You're going to keep doing your lymph massage. You're going to add on like journaling and some more of the mental health type things that are going to help you when we get to month 4, when we really start doing that emotional work and that emotional detox. Month 2 generally is going to start killing parasites. If you ended up on the struggle bus in month 1, then maybe you're going to have to put in another order and you're going to have to redo month one. If you get stuck in that transition, you're not sure if you should be transitioning or not, you can get a hold of me and we will do a DIY consult. It's just going to be a quick consult. There is a fee for that, but I'll help you get over the hump if you have any questions. So the main factor that would tell you that you're not ready for the next step is constipation. If you are not pooping multiple times a day by the time you get done with that 30-day program, then there's more of an issue than you thought. If you get a weird rash, then there's more of an issue than you thought, because your skin is an organ of elimination. If you're constipated or if your lymph is not where it needs to be, you're going to get a rash because it's a detox organ. It is, your body will take the path of least resistance. If you get symptoms like if you just don't feel good or if you got weird pain cropping up in your body, that is definitely a sign that you were more toxic than you thought. You can always back up on the products. You can, but that's a sign you really need some help. That's a sign you're right where you need to be, but you weren't as healthy as you thought. Okay. So month two, this is where, so people really need to work on their stick-to-itiveness. Like month two might be rough for you. When you start killing parasites, you can get old viruses reacted. You can get like cold sore breakout, herpes breakout. You can get a flare if you've got autoimmune disease, or maybe you didn't know you had autoimmune disease. Well, and actually, if you know you have autoimmune disease, I don't really want you in this DIY program. I want to be seeing you one-on-one. But if month two is really hard for you, if you get some weird things cropping up, then you are sicker than you thought. You probably need to reach out to me, and I will help you get through that. It's kind of a big deal. Month two can get hard for people. Month three can be even harder when you start to have those die-off symptoms and you start to really question what you're doing. That's where you have to press through. In month three, you bring month one with you. You bring month two with you. In month three, we really want to start working on eliminating your toxins. Like, it really blows my mind what people think are toxins or they think is processed food. Like, I'll ask people, do you eat GMO foods? And a lot of people will say no. 80% of our food is GMO'd to some degree. So unless you're really trying hard to eat all organic, you're eating GMO food, and a lot of it. Food labels, a lot of people, I'll ask them if they eat processed food. They're like, no, I don't really eat processed food. Well, hello, if it has a label on the back of it, it's processed food. Like, I just don't know what people think. The majority, sometimes we're just oblivious. We're just a little bit oblivious. And tough love, like I said, it's a tough love approach. I got a little.
If you're ready to take back control of your health, you're in the right place. Welcome to Awaken Wellness with me, Tanya Candy, registered nurse and health coach. Now, I'm not your typical nurse. I consider myself divorced from traditional healthcare. I broke free of the sick care system in 2019 when I realized that the root cause to my sickness, my autoimmune disease, and my chronic pain was me. If you're ready for truth, for clarity, for honesty in a tough, love, compassionate way, I'm the coach for you. Join me while we dig into our root causes of sickness and disease.
Video I'm going to pop up here, a little slideshow. All right, Cellcore DIY. You can use this info at cellcorediy.com to get a hold of me. I want to talk about the journey. Okay, you and I are going to go on a health journey together. It's a long and winding road. It's not a short trip. It's not narrow, it's not straight. You're going to have choices, so many choices, the wrong way, the right way, and that's going to vary from day to day. You're going to be rerouting toxins. Our environment is so toxic, whether you were an ex-smoker, whether you lived with one, whether you just breathe normal air. um Digestion issues. I haven't come across a person with perfect digestion. If you're on a normal American standard diet, you have got a way bigger mess to clean up than what you realize. Sugar, that sourdough, like our guts are like sourdough. About month 2, month 3, when you've been off the sugar, your sugar bugs start to go crazy. The headaches, the cravings, the things you're going to have to work through. You're going to have to stick to this and push through some difficult stuff. Fact and myth, you're going to start to question everything you ever knew. Everything that we've been puppeteered to believe is just, there's so many lies out there, so many myths, so many toxins in our foods, even our whole foods. Are they safe? What is going on in there? And I don't want to be paranoid. We don't live in a bubble. So I'm always going to be on a Cellcore binder because the world is dirty. With Cellcore, we have that roadmap to health. We're going to start, like I said, opening up that drainage and then work towards the colon and then work our way up to the lymph system, to the liver, to the cells. So it's all a big deal. Absolutely anyone can benefit from doing this foundational cleanup. It used to be in my process, I always wanted everybody to spend money on food allergy testing. And not that that's not still a good idea, but you might as well wait till after your 4-month cleanup. And then if you're not really feeling amazing, if you're really have uncovered some quirks, then it's a great time to test because at least we know your gut is partially clean, okay? That foundation is a beautiful, beautiful program. But I really recommend after you finish that foundation that you follow up with a couple of full moon cycles just to make sure you're getting those eggs. What always scares me is, okay, so I have really decided in my business, in my practice, I don't chase people, I attract. I don't chase, I attract. That is what I choose to manifest because I'm sick of chasing you folks around trying to get you to take your pills, trying to get you to do these 7 foods. Like, people, oh, the average person, they don't even make it to month 2. Come on now. We are so pathetic. We lack so much discipline. You have got to have desire for health, or that sickness and disease is going to come back to get you like 7 times stronger. Like, you get partway through month 2, start killing some stuff and then quit, you make that all worse. So don't even order this stuff if you're not ready to commit to doing 4 months, because I don't want you to be even more full of parasites. When those adults start dying off, they send out a chemical reaction and it releases all the eggs. It tells all the eggs to start hatching, right? So if you get partway through that and then you just quit, now you have all these eggs hatching inside of you. So I'm telling you, I am absolutely tough love telling you, if you can't follow through with 4 months of taking pills twice a day with compliance, don't do it. You're not ready. You're not sick enough. You're not ready. I don't know what that is. You have to manifest health. You have to want it. You have to desire it. You have to put your money there. Like, this program is so cost effective. It's so cost effective. There's absolutely no excuse that you can't afford it. If you're saying you can't afford it, it's those parasites. It's that spirit of death that lives in you that doesn't want you walking in the light. It is a mind game because you can afford it. You can afford to eat better, and because you need to eat way less. Right now, you're completely overeating. So, if you are going to change anything in your life, start fasting. If you can't fast, then your liver is in big trouble. Is in big trouble. Like, you need more work than you think if you cannot fast. That's a scary deal. If you can't go 12 hours or 17 hours without food, if you have no metabolic flexibility, friend, you're in trouble. Like, myself, when I started all this, I did a ton of labs. So I knew how sketchy my body felt, and I started it because I was sick. I started it because I had like fibromyalgia and chronic pain. So on my labs, my colon lab never showed any parasites. They will burrow. They are not just going to fall out so you see them in a stool test. But a really good thing to know in a stool test is your beta glucuronidase, and is what your gallbladder's up to, and what your liver's up to, and what your microbes are up to. So my beta glucuronidase was sky high. And then I did a Dutch test, which tells us with your urine and how your hormones are being metabolized. I'm super estrogen dominant. And so my Dutch test was super scary. My DNA damage, precancerous pathway, terrible. So between that and that bad estrogen issue in my colon, I was ripe for cancer. Like, just set up right for cancer. So what I'm saying is, we can't wait until we already have a cancer diagnosis to make these changes. We should not wait until we have a type 2 diabetes diagnosis to make these changes. Like, we can do something about this now. We can do something about this today. Life is a journey, and we have to make these choices. And then, oh, for the love of Yahweh, don't do it for you and not do it for your whole family. Your whole family, those 7 inflammatory foods, they're hurting them too. Yeah, will they cry around when you get rid of the food dyes and the bad oils and the sugar? They will. Their little candida overgrowth is going to be mad too. But you're going to change their outcome forever. Like, this whole genetic thing of, well, I'm just going to have type 2 diabetes because my mama did, or grandma had high blood pressure, so I'm doomed to have heart problems. That is such bullshit. That is a programmed seed lie. It is an absolute lie. You have control over the majority of your genetic code. Is about your exposure, about you flipping those DNA switches off and on. Bad oils, if you cook like grandma cooked, then you're probably going to get her high blood pressure. If you cook like your mom cooked, then you're probably going to get her estrogen problems and her type 2 diabetes. But you don't have to. And it's like, stop blaming them, stop blaming your DNA, and take control. Take control of what is going in your mouth and coming out of it. Stop with that negative talk. You have got to stop cursing yourself with your words, your I can'ts. You've got to stop living in fear of failure. So, you've got to get out on the boat, and you've got to do it scared, and just start simple. That's why I totally recommend just those 7 foods, and just start, and then take month with you, take month 3 with you, take month 4 with you. If you go through 4 months and you graduate, I am so proud of you. You're amazing. You can do anything. Like, you can do anything. Apply that self-discipline to your finances. Apply that self-discipline to other areas, and you will rule your little life. You will be the master of your domain. This health thing, friends, is a big deal. If you can't control your health, your diet, you'll never control your wealth. You'll never control your anxiety. You'll never control
your future outcomes. Like this health thing, that's a control freak's ultimate. Um, you got to get a hold of that. There's so much that you can do. All right. So, do you still love me? Come on. Do you still love me? I had notes. What else was I going to say? Manifesting. We're going to manifest health, right? Health first, wealth second. Your health is your wealth. You have got to spend your money on your health. Okay, now I'm totally going to get on my soapbox for just a minute. In my first career, I was a hairdresser. So I always have gotten the thing with professional products. They're just better. They're just better. So, like right now, all over the place on TikTok, social media, everywhere, people are just making tinctures in their basement. That's cool. It is. That's really cool. But I'm telling you what, Cellcore's scientists and their process is going to outdo any tincture that you made in your basement. It just is. Okay. They use carbon technology. Like our bodies are so void of carbon. Our foods are void of carbon. If you're buying oregano and you're going to make a tincture out of it, more power to you. That's awesome. But is there any life in that oregano? Do you know that? Like it was there carbon in the soil. So all of our food is so depleted of nutrients. So we have little to no cellular energy. Our mitochondria is just in a pickle. It's just in a pickle. We cannot eat our way into good health these days. I would love it if we could. I would love it if I could just sit here and say, your health is your wealth and your food. So, on that note, I would say, yeah, your health is your wealth, absolutely. And our food is just straight depleted. We can say you are what you eat, but what if I say you are what you cannot detoxify? And then you go back and you look at that food label and you see all those toxins, and then you think about your liver and you think about the vegetable oils, like how they are sticky on the top. Like that's how our poor livers are. So, products. Soil is depleted. Cellcore has a professional grade, medical grade product. It's more expensive because it's manufactured right. It is full of fulvic acid and good carbons. So, on a cellular level, it is increasing your frequency. That fulvic acid is going to get the pill, the nutrients, the herbs past your stomach acid. And it is going to take that frequency, that cellular energy, and it's going to get the herbs into your cells so they can work on a cellular level. And it's totally different. Like I have taken a lot of products in my life, and the Cellcore stuff was the first time I was ever like, wow, wow, now that I can tell is doing something in my body, is moving some stuff is happening. So like I say, there is some hard die off, there's some detox. You're going to need other tools. You're going to need to do like ionic foot baths or dirt baths, and those suggestions, all those other things are I gave you access to them if you're in one of my big programs, or you can subscribe separately to that Vault, the Great Health Reset. And you don't have to be buying product from me. You can still subscribe to that. And those classes are there, tips and tricks and other things that you need to do. Like I say, a lot of times you get into this and you're like, whoa, what is going on? You can really have an awakening that you weren't expecting. Like say even that first month, if you get some mid back pain, that's your kidneys waking up, and that
if that happens, then they were struggling. You didn't know they were struggling until they started energizing, until that carbon technology started coming in there and re-energizing those cells. And then that'll ache a little bit, just like a muscle aches when you work it out. It'll ache a little bit. That is not unusual. All right, folks, it's going to be good. I am excited to have you on board. I am excited to help you take control of your health. All right, friends, this is it. Here is your call to action. This is how you're going to get the professional products that you want. You can go to my website, awakenedwellnessllc.com, or I've got another site. It's cellcorediy.com. Both will take you to an ordering page that you can order right online. You can follow me. I wish you would on Facebook. My handle is Nurse Candy or Awakened Wellness. I also have a private group there for just you Cellcore DIYers. So go ahead and find that group. Make sure that you enter it and get your notifications. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, and then every time I go live, you will get notified. And this is true even if you are not purchasing products from me. You can still subscribe and get free coaching, get notified. Find me on TikTok. My handle is Tanya Candy 5 or Awakened Wellness. If you're into truth, clarity, and honesty with a tough love yet totally compassionate way, I'm the coach for you. If you can't handle the truth, we might not get along.